In an episode of Seinfeld, George Costanza interviewed to be a bra salesman. I had a similar experience years earlier than that episode appeared. The name of this story is The Best Job Interview. In 1977, I graduated magna cum laude from SUNY Albany with a double major in marketing and management. It was time to find a job and start my career. I always wanted to go into advertising. In fact, my dream was to work for the firm of McMahon and Tate. While I had a small thing for Laura Petrie as a kid, I was fully obsessed with Samantha Stevens and Bewitched, and I wanted to be Darren or Darwin number 3. Through a college connection, I landed an interview with an ad agency and was offered a job as an assistant to an account executive. The only caveat was that I needed to be able to type 50 words per minute, which was a good 30 words faster than my best speed. They gave me a week to prepare before I was expected to come back to take a typing test. I checked 2 typing books for beginners out of the library, and for 6 days straight, all I did was practice on my family's old Royal typewriter. By Sunday evening, I was clocking in at more than 65 words per minute. I had calloused fingers, but I was ready. The test was administered on a new IBM Selectric typewriter. On my 30-year-old old manual typewriter, I had to really push down on the keys with some force. Electric typewriters, on the other hand, were a tad more sensitive. I sneezed and 3 keystrokes appeared on the page. As I touched the first key, the letter T appeared across the page. Despondently, I looked at my hands, shook at my head, and started again. I tried to tap each key as gingerly as possible, but to no avail. I realized at that point I was fucked. Alas, I was not destined to name my future daughter Tabitha, as they informed me that they were going to fill the position with somebody who possessed typing skills above the level of a rhesus monkey. Dejectedly, I met with an employment agency, whose mission was to find me a job, any job, as long as they could make a commission on it. They told me that my career should begin in a management training position. Management training. While sounding impressive and correctly not included on the list of synonyms in Roget's thesaurus, is in reality a sales position. So there I was with a double major, a killer GPA, and the best they could do was to arrange an interview with Maidenform. My endless hours of studying and hard work were all for naught. I was interviewing to be an entry-level bra salesman. Now look, I don't have anything against bras. As a matter of fact, I can fondly recall countless hours of direct, hands-on experience exploring every centimeter of them, trying in vain to unlock their mysteries. I just never thought I'd be doing it professionally. After much soul-searching, I told the agency that I didn't want to be a bra salesman. They assured me that it wasn't a sales position, but rather I would be a management trainee. That would make me a management training bra salesman. Does that mean I'd have a small territory to cover? Reluctantly, I went on the interview. As I waited in the lobby, scanning the Help Wanted section of the New York Times, I noticed a woman walk by. She was only wearing a bra and panties. A moment later, another woman walked by similarly clad. The next thing I knew, a parade of models in various stages of undress sauntered through the lobby. I strategically placed the Times over my lap and made up no pretense of not gawking. As I watched the gorgeous group of girls, I thought, there is a God. I was verklempt as every lingerie catalog I had under my bed growing up came to life and casually strolled by. While I've always been a fan of the bra, I viewed it as a gateway garment. I knew that once I started experimenting with bras, I wouldn't be able to stop there. It would only lead to harder things. I never realized the multitude of different options that were available. Strapless, push-up, padded, lace, full figure, underwire, bralette, halter, and even stick-ons. They were all proudly being displayed for my viewing pleasure. I'm ashamed to admit that I didn't play it cool. In fact, I was reduced to a childlike state. I was acting like the Count in Sesame Street. One breast. 2, 3, 4 beautiful breasts. Ah, how many breasts can I count? It's ironic, I thought, that in college I only wanted A's. I was disappointed if I got a B, and now all I want is to be surrounded by C's and D's. Eventually, the interviewer from HR came to get me. Holding my briefcase in front of me, I could only hope that he didn't notice how badly I wanted the job. Since its cubicle walls only went halfway up, I could still see the bevy of beauties during the interview. The balding, middle-aged man before me seemed to take his job very seriously. The first question he asked me was, "What do you know about our products?" Without a second's hesitation, I responded, "Well, in the past, I've had trouble with your class." I thought, Herm, you've hit it out of the ballpark. I started to take my victory lap around the bases to the adulation of a cheering crowd. I was ready to negotiate my salary, compensation package, and set a starting date. He sneered and wrote down my answer on his form. From the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat. Screw McMahon and also Tate, I thought. I found my passion and life's calling. To redeem myself, I turned the tables and started asking him questions. What is your bestseller and why? What is the most popular cup size? Isn't the Wonder Bra false advertising? At the end of the interview, which he cut short, he asked if I had any final questions. I asked, how much time do I have to spend in bras before I can get into panties? The humorless man said the interview was officially over. I asked if it would be all right if I hung out in the inner lobby for a while. Rather than responding, he picked up his phone and called for security to escort me out of the building. Needless to say, I didn't get the job, and the employment agency dropped me as a client. But it wasn't all bad. I had the makings of a great story. In appreciation, I sent the human resources guy a short note that read, "Thanks for the memories."